Today we discuss terminology related to posets. We know that poset is a set together with a partial order relation. A set together with a partial order relation is known as poset. Also we know that a partial order relation is reflexive, antisymmetric and transitive. In a poset, A less than B denotes A precedes B or B succeeds A. Here, A less than B does not mean the actual less than symbol. A number less than another number is not defined here. Here we defined A is an element related to B. In this Hayes diagram, A is less than C. That means A precedes C. And also C is a successor of A. In Hayes diagrams, only upward relations exist, no downward relations. So A less than B used for representing any relation. Okay, not actually an element less than B. Okay, it represents any relation. So P in a poset P less than. In a poset P less than. That means here is a set P and there is a relation which is partial order relation. Okay, P less than means P is a set together with a partial order relation. Okay, now we define maximal member of a poset. P less than an element, A element in P is maximal member of P if there is no element B element in P such that A less than B. That means there is an element A belongs to P is a maximal member. There is no element B element in P such that A less than B. If A is maximal, there is no other element succeeds A. Okay, there is no other element succeeds A. Then A is the maximal element. Or A is not a predecessor of any other element. Then also A is the maximal. In this example, this is the Hayes diagram of a partially ordered set. So in figure A, D and E are maximal member of this poset because D is not a predecessor of any other number. Also E is not a predecessor of any other number. Okay, that is we couldn't find another number. We couldn't find another number such that D is less than that number. So D and E are maximal members of this figure, this Hayes diagram or this poset. Okay. In figure B, which one is the maximal element? Definitely it is D. D is the maximal element because we couldn't find any element in P which is greater than D. Okay. Also, in the third figure, C and D are maximal elements because C is not a predecessor of any other element in P and D is also is not a predecessor of any other element in this poset. In figure D, which one is the maximal element? Yes, it is D because D is not a predecessor of any other element or any other element is not a successor of D. Okay, therefore D is the maximal element. Next we define minimal member of the poset. In P less than, that means a poset with a relation partially ordered is an element. in P less than an element A element in P is minimal member of P. If A is a minimal member of P, there is no element B in P such that B less than A. That is, if A is a minimal number, we couldn't find a number or an element B which is less than A. Okay, or we couldn't find a number which precedes A, or we couldn't find a number, we couldn't find a predecessor of A. Okay. In the first figure, which one is the minimal element? A and B are minimal elements because there is no other element less than A and no other element less than B. In the second figure, the minimal elements are A and B because there is no other element less than A, there is no other element less than B. Also, in this third figure, A is the minimal element because no other element less than A. That is, A is not a successor of any other element in P. Okay, here also A is the minimal element because no other, A is not a successor of any other element. Okay, so A is the minimal element in the figure D also. Next we define greatest member. Greatest member means if A element in P, there exists an A element in P says that B less than A for all B element in P. That is, A is greater than all the elements other than A in P. Okay, then that element is called the greatest member of P. Existence of greatest member may happen or may not happen, but if it is exist, then that member is unique. If there exists an element A in P says that B less than A, that is the greatest member. By the word itself, it means that it is the greatest one. Okay. In the first figure, which one is the greatest? We couldn't find a greatest member. Greatest member means if we choose D, all other elements in P is less than that D. Here, if the element D, consider the element D, then C, A, B are less than that element, but E is not comparable with the D. So, we couldn't say that D is the greatest member. If it is greatest, then all other elements of P are less than that D. Here E is also not a greatest member because E is not comparable with the D. So in this figure we couldn't find a greatest member. In figure B, D is the greatest member because all other elements A, B, C are less than D. So D is the greatest element. Also, in figure C, we couldn't find a greatest member because C and D are not comparable. So we couldn't say that C less than or equal to all other members of this poset. Here C is less than B and A less than C, but D is not less than C. So here also we couldn't find a greatest member. In the next figure, definitely D is the greatest member because all the other elements of the poset A, B, C are less than D. So, greatest member means it is the greatest of all other elements in the poset. Okay. Next we define the least member of the poset. If there exists an element A in the poset, says that A less than B for all B element in P, then A is called the least member. If A is the least member, then all other elements in the poset is greater than A. Okay, that is the definition of least member. So we check the least numbers of the given figure. In figure 1, which is the least member, we couldn't find a least member because
A less than or equal to C, D, E, but B is not comparable, so A is not a least member. B, if we consider B, C, D, E are B is less than C, D, E, but A is not comparable, so A or B is not a least member. In figure B also there is no least member. In figure C, A is the least member because other elements in the posets B, C, D are greater than A or A less than B, C, D. Therefore, A is the least member. Also in figure D, A is the least member because A is the predecessor of all other elements in the poset. Okay. Maximal or minimal elements are exist. Definitely that terms are exist. And it may, poset may have more than one maximal or minimal. Okay. But the existence of least and greatest element have no guarantee. It may or may not exist. Okay. So the greatest and least element if exist are unique. Exist ചെയ്യുവാണെങ്കിൽ അതെന്തായിരിക്കും unique ആയിരിക്കും. Okay. Now we define some other terms related to posets. First is upper bound of the subset of a poset. Okay. A is a subset of P and P is a poset P less than, that is P is a poset together with the relation less than. Okay, and A is a subset of this set P. And U is an element in the set P. Okay, U is an element in the superset P. Says that A less than E or equal to U for A, all A belongs to A. That is, we get a number U in P. We get an element, not number, we get an element U in P says that all other elements in A is less than that U. All the elements in A is less than a particular number in P. Then that particular number in P is called an upper bound of A. Okay. Consider this Hayes diagram and also consider here in this poset A, B, C, D, E, F are the elements. Now consider a subset A is equal to set A, B, C. A, B, C is definitely a subset of P. P is the set A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Then upper bounds of A, B, C. We know that the elements greater than the set A, B, C. That is, the elements succeeds the elements A, B, C are in the upper bound. The elements that succeeds the element A, B, C. All the elements A, B, C are in the upper bound. Is E in the upper bound? E is a successor of B because B is less than E. C is also a predecessor of E because C less than E. E is a successor of C also. Okay. Is it A is a predecessor of E or E is a successor of A or A less than E? Definitely A less than E because we know that partial order relation is transitive and Hayes diagram delete the transitive edge. So here the transitive edge is understood because A related to C and C related to E. So there is a relation from A to E. So definitely A is a predecessor of E or A is less than E. Therefore, E is in the upper bound because all the elements in the subset A is less than E. Therefore, E is in the upper bound. Is it D in the upper bound? D is greater than B. D is greater than A because by transitivity A related to B, B related to D, then there is a relation from A to D. So A is also a predecessor of D or D is a successor of A. Okay. Is it C predecessor of D? We check all the elements in the set A are predecessors of D. Is C the predecessor of D or is C less than D? C is not less than D because A here by transitivity A related to B, B related to D, we find there is a relation from A to D. But we couldn't find a relation from C to D. By transitivity, either from C to A, C to B, then there is a relation from C to B. There are only relation from C to B, but there is no relation from C to D. So, C is not a predecessor of D or C is not less than D. So, D is not in the upper bound of the set ABC. Okay, therefore, the upper, there is, D is not in the upper bound set. Okay, next we consider the element F. Is F is in the upper bound? Yes, because F is a successor of D, F is a successor of B, F is a successor of A and F is a successor of C. We only check the elements in the set A, B, C. Clearly, B related to D and D related to B. By transitivity, D related to F. So, B less than F is clear. Also, is there is a relation from A to F? Yes, because A related to E and E related to F. So, A is definitely related to F by transitivity. Also, C related to E and E related to F. Therefore, C is also a predecessor of F. Okay, so F is a successor of A, B, C or A, B, C are less than or equal to F. Therefore, F is also in the upper bound. Therefore, in the subset A is equal to set ABC, in this poset, the upper bounds are E and F. Okay. Now we define the term lower bound. Similarly, as in the upper bound, we choose a subset of the set P. Also, P less than is a poset. Okay. And L is an element in the poset. L is an element in the poset that L is less than or equal to all other elements in the subset. Okay, that L is less than or equal to all other elements in the subset. Then that L is called lower bound of A. In the set A is equal to set ABC, in this Hayes diagram, we couldn't find a lower bound because there is no other number less than this ABC in this poset. So, we couldn't find there a lower bound. Okay. So, I construct another set B is equal to set DE. B is equal to set DE is a subset of P. Here P is equal to set A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So, B is a subset of P. Then we want to find the lower bound of this set B, lower bound of the set B. So, to find the lower bound, we find that which elements in P are less than or equal to D and E. The elements less than or equal to both D and E. Okay. Is B less than D and E? Yes, definitely. B is a predecessor of D or D is a successor of B or B less than D. Also B less than E. So B is in the lower bound. Is it A in the lower bound? Yes, because A related to B, B related to D, definitely there is a relation from A to D. So A less than D. Is it A is less than E? Therefore, by transitivity, A related to C, C related to E, there is a relation. There is an edge A from there is an edge from A to E. So A less than E. So A is also in the lower bound because A less than B, D and E. B is also less than D and E. Also A is less than D and E. So A and B are in the lower bound. Then we check, is it C in the lower bound? No, because C is not related to D. So C is not in the lower bound. Okay, so the lower bounds are A and D. Is there any upper bound for this set? No, we couldn't find an upper bound. We know that upper bound means we find any other element in P which is greater than D and E. Oh, there is an upper bound. There is an upper bound. Sorry, there is an upper bound. Upper bound for D and D. Upper bound for D and E, or upper bound of the set B. Upper bound of the set B is, which one is the upper bound? F is the upper bound because F is greater than D and also it is greater than E. Okay, D less than F and E less than F. Therefore, upper bound of B is F. Okay, upper bound of B is F and lower bound of B, set B is A and B. Okay. Next we define the term least upper bound. Least upper bound or supremum. Least upper bound. That means we have more than one upper bounds. Here E and F are upper bounds. Also here is only one upper bound. If a relation has more than one upper bound, then which one is the least upper bound? Least upper bound means an upper bound which is smaller than all other upper bounds. Okay, an upper bound which is smaller than all other upper bound is called the least upper bound. The element X is called the least upper bound, or LUB, it's a short form, least upper bound, or supremum of subset A of the poset if X is an upper bound and that is less than every other upper bounds of A. Okay, then that upper bound is the least upper bound. Here we find the upper bounds. For set A, B, C, we find E and F are the upper bounds. Which one is the least upper bound? Clearly from Hayes diagram, E is the least one because E is less than F. Here two upper bounds E and F. E is less than F. If in a problem we have E, F, G, H are upper bounds, then we find all upper bounds E, F, G. So E is less than F, E is less than G, E is less than H, then E is the least upper bound. Okay. Or it is the supremum. Now we define the greatest lower bound. Greatest lower bound, GLB, or infimum. Greatest lower bound means the greatest member of all the lower bound. Okay, if we consider here A and B are lower bounds, which one is the greatest element? Then that member is the greatest lower bound. Okay, here by definition, the element Y is called greatest lower bound. Then that element is a lower bound, and that element is greater than every other lower bounds of A. Then that element is called the greatest lower bound. In the second example, set DE. The lower bounds are A and B. Which one is the greatest lower bound? Here from the Hayes diagram, it is clear that A and B B is greater than A. Therefore, definitely B is the greatest lower bound. Here, least upper bound. Upper bound is only F. So, least upper bound is definitely F. Okay.